Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Relax. We're here. Gonna need some of that. Keep it close. Alright, let's get our schedule up here. Where are we? Oh. Missing batch 188 over here. That's okay. That's okay. It'll be fine. You know what I forgot to do? Because I always have to forget something. It's okay. Hey, hello. Welcome. I always have to forget something. Thank you. Where are we? We might be in trouble. That was Sunday, so Sunday. That is bizarre. We got to refresh. We might have a problem. Give me a second. I got to figure it out. Yes. Yeah, we got a problem. I didn't mess up. No, I just did not write down whose batch this is tonight. Hello and welcome to the Old God's Meadery. Well, we're going to have to go off memory. And as you know, memory's great. So that's fine. We're going to run with it. We're going to run with it. It's too late now, as they say. It's too late now. Hey, there is a way to get your own bottle, but you have to subscribe on the TikToks. Jump over there, subscribe, and maybe you can get one. That's what we're doing tonight here. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to the Old God's Meadery. Tonight we're going to be starting a brand new batch of mead live. I'm going to get started in about 12 minutes from now at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The whole process will take less than 10 minutes. My main mission here is to show you the simplicity of mead making, to get as many people interested in this ancient hobby and amazing community. So yeah, in a few minutes we're going to get started. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will show you exactly how easy it is to make your own alcohol at home. If that's not a selling point, I don't know what is. Especially economies, it's up there. You can save money, make it yourself. That was a good spiel. I had it okay too. Hello and welcome to the Old God's Meadery. If you don't know what mead is, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world. Independently discovered by many different countries and cultures, the oldest evidence is from Africa, over 20,000 years old. There's also evidence in China, about 10,000 years old, evidence in ancient Central America, and of course Northern Europe where the Vikings traded it, made it super famous, did it better than everybody else. But what that means is regardless of who you are or where you're from, your ancestors drank mead, and I think that's awesome. Maybe your most amazing quality ever. Tall Trade, it's good to see you. Skull, hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hello. Have arrived. Hopefully Dennis rolled out the red carpet for you. I asked him to, so if he didn't, that's on him, not me. Hello. and welcome. No. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll be honest with you. Uh, I was thinking about it like all day today. I'm gonna write down, what we're doing tonight, and make sure I can give that person a shout out. And I didn't. I didn't write it down. So uh, the question is, did I stop picking on you from yesterday? I think that's a much more valid question. And the answer is very typically, if you ever ask yourself that question, like if you ask it again tomorrow, probably not. Probably not. Tonight, good evening. We are making a brand new batch of meat. It's a secret. I haven't shown anybody yet. We're going to get started here in about 9 minutes from now. I'll rearrange the camera. And we're going to make a brand new batch of meat. Like I said, the whole process will take less than 10 minutes. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a beautiful one. I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. I am simulcasting on TikTok and YouTube, so if you see me talking to somebody you don't see, I'm on the other. Hey, that's... It's the wrong time of the year. I loved it. I loved it. Wait, that was a hamster. And thank you. That looked like a bunny to me. My brain went to bunny. But hey, I'll take an Easter hamster any day. But yeah, I am simulcasting on both platforms, so please follow me on both. There's pros and cons to both, obviously. I only focus on the pros. If you want to see some of my older stuff, YouTube is your place. It just is. I have playlists and archives over there. Batch 189 comes out this Saturday, so that's how many you've missed beforehand. So if you're new or newer, go check me out on the YT, as the kids say. Nobody's ever said that. I was the first one to say that. But TikTok is where the community is, so if you want to be very intricate and amazing, follow me on both. TikTok is the community where we all support each other and push each other as high as we can, so please join both. TikTok is also the only place you can get your own by subscribing to me on TikTok. Like we're doing tonight. Wednesdays are exclusively for TikTok subscribers as we speak. Tonight was chosen by a TikTok subscriber. And that person will get a bottle of this batch that we're going to start tonight when it's all said and done in several months. Hello and welcome to the Old Godsmead. I hope everybody had a wonderful Wednesday. I have been up and down with this little cough. I feel okay. I feel okay. It's just one of those annoying things. One of those annoying things. I slept a good portion of yesterday. And I have the cure-all in my hand. So, all is well. All is well. But yeah, hump day. We're at the very tail end of hump day. And we made it. We made it. We're almost there. What's up, Corey? Hello. We're almost there. We did it. Luckily together. For those of you who don't know, Dennis is live. He might be live on, or not live. He might be in both chats. He's definitely on the TikTok side. I just saw him. He went live last night. It was a ball, a blast. So give him a follow. He is a Mead mentor of mine, and he's doing some crazy, awesome things, and awesome reviews. He's like famous for reviews. People like all over the place send him stuff because he's that famous. So give Dennis a follow. He's an okay dude too. He's older, but he's a good pal of mine. A lot older. Welcome to the Old Guys Meeting. I mean, you're the only one that says that. Everybody else assumes he's the oldest alive. Not just here, alive. Hello, hello, hello. If you don't know what I do, I make mead, and I make it in the most simplistic fashion as I can to get as many people interested in this ancient hobby and amazing community as possible. Batch 189 comes out this Saturday for me. Every Saturday I put out a video that shows you from beginning to end how to make your own batch. Every single recipe is free. I put it in the description, and every single recipe is unique. Batch 189 is batch 189 unique recipes. I have never ever replicated a recipe, and I have never missed a Saturday. So join me every single Saturday morning. I will put a video out. This Saturday's is in my Will It Mead series. That's where I take ingredients that I don't think will work. I don't think they'll make a mead, and I try to make a mead out of them. I have not failed yet. Every single batch that I've tried has made a mead. Some of them have been absolutely disgusting, like this one. This is bugs. This is bugs. Imported edible bugs from Thailand. Hey, thank you, partner. It's really gross. Dennis might try one of these one day if you give him a follow. Probably not. Probably not. It's batch 181 if you want to look for it. Baked beans. Really gross. This Saturday's batch 189. It's the grossest one I've ever made. Grossest one I've ever made. Beats every single batch you've ever seen me do. That's disgusting. This Saturday. The grossest meat you'll ever see. And like, I do a lot of stuff in the background. Obviously, I am several months ahead of what you see on Saturdays. And I have a lot of Will It Meads in the works still. Some of them are great. Some of them are going to be really good ones. I'm very confident. Some of them are goofy. There's probably a couple more that are gross. This is going to be the worst. I think this is where we peak. I don't think I'll be able to top this one. I don't think there'll be one grosser than this. I'll see you Saturday. Just watch Saturday. And I'm sorry in advance. I'm sorry in advance. It's got to be bad, though. It's got to be bad. So, yeah. Join me this Saturday for the most disgusting mead you will probably ever see. I'll give you guys a hint too. I have one ingredient, not for this weekend, for a future batch. I have one ingredient that I'm using that I wasn't sure what category to put it in. I think I picked the perfect one in the end. And it's not Will It Mead, but it could have been. It could have been. But every batch I do has a story behind it. All of my mead comes in several different series that I'm running right now. I have the Will It Meads. I have holiday meads. I have all of the Zodiac meads, which has been a lot of fun. And then I have World Deity meads, which is where I study a god or goddess from around the world, from many different cultures, some very ancient, some very modern. And I try to make a mead in their honor. So every single batch you see on Saturday does have a story behind it, even if they're goofy ones. Except for this Saturday's. The only story is, this is the dumbest idea I've ever done. So, on that note, we're going to get started here in about 1 minute. I will pull the camera a little bit further back. I do have at least one monitor in the TikTok side, so if you need anything at all, Dennis is here. And if you're naughty, he might boot you out. He might boot you out. Sorry, Dennis, I didn't even see the pin comment. I was just rambling. But I am going to pull the camera a little bit further away. I am going to be doing a lot of talking. I'm going to explain the process as I go. That's because I'm going to clip out this coming portion of the video and post it again tomorrow night. For those of you that couldn't make it, and for whose batch it is tonight, which I know I'm going to slaughter the name. I know who it is, but I'm going to slaughter the name. That guy's give you enough hints. For whatever reason, I pulled it up on my laptop too. Subscriber only posts don't show up on the laptop version, at least not that I can see. So shame on me for not writing it down, but Yeah, you guys will see in a second. But yeah, don't go anywhere. I'm going to say hello like you're not here. I'm going to say goodbye like you're not here. That's for future you watching the replay tomorrow. That's not for you that's here now. You that's here now, you. Stay there. I'm going to pull the camera a little bit closer when we're all done. The whole process, like I said, will take less than 10 minutes because I want to see what you thought. And I want to have one more little drink with you. So before I go to bed. So please, stick around. Hopefully you guys have pajamas on already. If you don't, it's time to just take your pants off and let's get started. And I'm definitely talking to you this time, specifically to you. Take your pants off. All right. We're crooked. I know. Give me a second. Is that still crooked? It's good enough. It's good enough. All right, let's get started. This is for somebody that I've not made a batch before. And I want to say it was Lilani. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to slaughter it. That's what I'm going to call whoever this is, guy or girl. And I'll correct it like in a future one. And I'll correct it in a future one, right? And you guys can correct me in the comments. All right, let's get started. Hello and welcome to the Old God's Meadery. Tonight we're live and we're starting a brand new patch of mead for a TikTok subscriber. I believe it's pronounced Lilani. I don't know. I apologize up front. But they requested hibiscus and lavender mead. So that's what we're going to get started with tonight. There's two things that I did before you guys joined me tonight. The first and most important thing, everything that you see is going to touch this batch of mead has been sanitized. It's really important that you keep your equipment clean and sanitized. There's some really gross stuff that likes to grow in the same environment as yeast, which we'll be introducing as a step later in a few minutes. So make sure everything is clean and sanitized. Secondly, I weighed out exactly 3 pounds of honey in this pot. That's just boring. I did that beforehand, so you didn't have to watch me do it. It's boring. So this is a little stove top. We're going to go ahead and plug this guy in. And we're going to add about half a gallon of water to that honey. The purpose of this is we're going to go ahead and slightly warm the honey until it dissolves into the water. It just gets a great start to the mead to have your honey dissolved. Once it's dissolved, it stays dissolved. It doesn't separate. So we're going to go ahead and get a jump start on that as we start our batch of mead and our 2-gallon fermenting bucket right next to me. So let's get this started. Give it a quick stir. And yeah, we'll get started. So, 2-gallon fermenting bucket. I prefer these over starting in carboys or even the 1-gallon buckets. You have plenty of extra room to play with. I'm going to add in 3 pounds of honey, which is some volume, and some other ingredients. So if you're making your own batch of mead at home, we're making a 1-gallon batch tonight. I always start with a 2-gallon fermenting bucket. And then this is lavender. Lavender tea. It smells wonderful. It smells wonderful. It's potent. It's potent. This is about 5.5 ounces, I think. Yeah, no, 5 ounces. It's really potent. So I'm going to give it a sprinkle. I'm going to guesstimate about an ounce. About an ounce. It's potent. It smells wonderful, but that's all this room smells like now, just from that little shake. So I'll put that outside. And then hibiscus. This is dried hibiscus flower. One of my favorite ingredients. You always get just a beautiful mead out of this. Last batch I did where I used hibiscus, I used about an ounce. We're going to use about half an ounce this time. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because you're going to be surprised on how potent this color gets. Perfect. It's about, I don't know, an ounce, half an ounce to an ounce, somewhere in there. Go ahead and add your other half gallon of water to that. I did a good job with the balancing of the water here. Most people hate that pouring sound. I do. I do. I clip it out of my videos that I post on Saturdays. Brand new mead every Saturday, by the way. If you haven't watched it. And we're going to give this guy a stir. So only going to take a minute or so to dissolve this honey into the water solution. If you don't know what mead is, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world. Older than beer, older than wine. Independently discovered by many different countries and cultures. The oldest is from Africa. Over 20,000 years old. There's evidence in ancient China, about 10,000 years old. Central America. And of course, Northern Europe, where the Vikings traded it, made it super famous, did it better than everybody else. The last part's subjective. Everything else I said is true. But what that means is, regardless of who you are or where you're from, your ancestors drank mead, and I think that's awesome. Your ancestors were awesome. And you could be awesome too. You could be the coolest kid on your block. Start making your own alcohol at home. Share it with your friends. This 1 gallon batch that we're making tonight will produce just over 4 bottles. These 750 milliliter or typical wine sized bottle. Mead, by definition, is made in a very similar fashion as wine, except we use honey for the main fermentation process instead of grapes or other fruits. But every combination exists in between, like the menu you see behind me, the menu you've seen on my channel. Give me a follow on all the major platforms. If you jump over to YouTube, you can watch my playlist and all of my archive videos. TikTok is where the community is and where you can get your own bottle of mead. Please subscribe. And we're just about there. Just about there. Like I said, this doesn't take too long. And you want to make sure that you do not make this too hot. Your yeast, depending on what style you use, does have a temperature tolerance. And you can't kill it if it gets too hot. You can also kill it if it gets too cold. Most mead or most wine or brewing yeast that you use will have room temperature-ish style comfortability. But they all do have a tolerance. Alright, we are close enough here. I'm going to unplug this so you don't have to listen to that fan anymore. And now it's time to combine the two. We're going to get this out of your way. And center this guy. Alright, now's the fun part. Time to add your yeast. This is about 2.5 grams. Half of one of these packets is a 5 gram packet of yeast. If you buy yeast at all for brewing, you're probably working with a very similar pack. It's not going to hurt anything to dump in more, but all you need is about half a pack. It will multiply over the next couple days and spread like crazy. And we're going to add in about a ½ teaspoon of yeast nutrient. That'll just make it nice and happy. It's like the Bob Ross of yeast. Alright, now it's time to seal her up. This is a fermenting lid. You notice that little hole there with the grommet in it. Make it nice and tight. And give it a good shake. You'll know at this point if your seal is not tight, because you'll be covered in mead. Wipe that down. And now add in your 3-piece airlock. I prefer these over the typical S-shaped airlocks. They're much easier to take apart and clean. This little cap here will go over that straw, and we're going to fill this about halfway full of water. Over time, that yeast will reproduce rapidly and produce two things. It'll produce two things. Carbon dioxide, which will leak out our straw and into the airlock and out into the atmosphere, and alcohol, which will retain in the bucket. So we're going to let this batch sit for a couple weeks. I'll be live again in probably about 3 weeks with this batch, but I go live every single Wednesday. And we'll be racking this into a secondary vessel. So please join me then. And thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you want to make your own alcohol at home, give me a follow. I will show you how to do it. Every single week, every single Saturday, I come out with a brand new batch. Every single one is unique. I don't replicate recipes, and I don't miss Saturdays. Batch 189 comes out this Saturday. And I can't wait to show you what it is. It's one of the worst batches that has ever been made in the history of humankind. So come back and watch it. Thank you so much for joining me. Skull. I'll see you Saturday. Hopefully somebody looked up that name for me. Because I could not pull it up on my computer after I started. And shame on me for not writing it down. Shame on, I only blame myself. I only blame myself. We're gonna, hold on, we're gonna kick this to the side so I can the white on white, the white text on white bucket do not work. There we go. That's better. I want to say it was like Lil Annie. I don't know. It was something like that. Either way, I will tag that person in the replay for tomorrow evening. What do you guys talking? You're completely ignoring my question. I asked for one little favor. That's okay. That's okay. It is. It might be the most florally batch I've ever made, actually. Ever. It's like double punch flour, which is why I did it. You still talking? You completely missed the whole flavor you were picking on, Dennis. Two things, Ian. One, I'm really proud of you. Thank you so much. And two, this is lavender and hibiscus. Is there any fruit? No. I have had success with, I think, pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. Yeah, I mean, I've made a tomato batch, and so has Dennis. See, I know you said ADD, Jen. I assumed you were it was a typo, and it was auto-corrected in the ASS, because I know he has his pants off right now. And, you know, D and S right next to each other on the keyboard. Beef stew. I don't know how I would accomplish that, but I can tell you I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for the challenge. I was thinking about beef stew the other day. I told you, like, I didn't feel great. And I don't like soup. I actually despise soup. Soup, at best, is an appetizer, never a meal. Ever. It's controversial. Some people get mad at me for saying that. There's only a couple soups I like. Beef stew is one of them. But it's a stew, so I guess it's not a soup. I don't know. Hummus. Here's what I'll tell you about hummus. I don't like to disappoint people. So I hope you're still following me next year. That might have been the biggest hint I've ever given, by the way. Ever. I mean, no. I actually despise hummus. I don't eat it. As a matter of fact, chickpeas in general, no. The answer is no. I mean, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Don't give up before next year. Don't give up before next year. I will say I take all ideas. Let me rephrase. All ideas that I take seriously, I put on a list. It's on a list. I don't ever give away my batches before, though. I think I've done it one time in my entire thing, my entire social media career. I think I've done it one time, and yeah, I don't plan on doing it ever again. That's part of my fun. I like to build the suspense for myself because I like to go, are people going to like this? Or are they going to hate it? Or is it going to be in between? A lot of people have suggested you should tease it. You should give it away. That way somebody has, that people have things to look forward to. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And I don't think you can change my mind with that. I think this surprise is half the fun. It's half the fun for me. I think you should keep your list to yourself. I think it should be a secret. I think it's fun. That makes it fun. Maybe a little stubborn. It's the anticipation, yes. I mean, you guys already know, especially, I know there's a few people kind of hiding in the background. Say hello, introduce yourself. This is the best group of people I know, and I'm being very serious. I am well into first quarter, almost, well, I guess second quarter almost next year. And I've got some fun stuff. Some of my categories are flipping around next year. I've got some new ideas and some stuff to implement, especially going into the second half of next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next year's going to be a lot of fun. I got lots of fun still this year, though. So this coming Saturday is another Will It Mead. One of the worst batches I've ever done. If you are new to what I do, didn't spend a point. Hold on. Just stopping by. Hey, Too Tall, what's up, dude? It's been forever. Hello, and Skull, and good to see you. Thanks for stopping through. The Will It Mead series is where I take a ingredient or ingredients where I try to make a mead out of them, and I suspect it's going to fail. This coming Saturday is the worst batch I've ever done. It's not a fail. Made a mead. It shouldn't have, though. It shouldn't have. I'm disappointed in myself, and I want you guys to be disappointed in me as well. So come back this Saturday. That video will come out like it does every Saturday, super early Saturday morning. It's a how-to video. It shows you from beginning to end exactly how I made it. And the recipe will be free in the description, so if you want to replicate it, you can. I'm just doing that because I do that for all the batches, even the good ones. All of my recipes are free, so... Did Scott pop in? So yeah, next Saturday, and then I have a really cool another World Deities mead the week after that. Week after that, your Halloween mead, and that should be an interesting one. And then Scorpio, and then you're gonna get your Zodiac Scorpio mead. Great Scott. So, and then, so the World Deities meads, I don't know how to put this. It's not my least favorite category because I love doing it. It's probably the crowd's least favorite, though. It's the crowd's least favorite. And you can argue with me, you might like it, but I know you don't. I know you don't. You're not going to hurt my feelings. The next one I'm doing, so not this week, next week, is very traditional World Deities. It's somebody you probably haven't heard of, and if you have, it's been vague. I had a lot of fun doing it, though. I learned a lot, and I'm very excited to show you. The next one is November 8th after that. It starts ramping up radically. Because there's only a few left. That's why I'm telling you. In fact, there's only 3 left now that I'm looking at it. So this coming Saturday, or not this coming Saturday, the 18th, November 8th, And then December 13th will be your last one. And I'm pushing the limits with that one. I'm very, very excited. I wish I could skip to that day so I could show you. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be hysterical. I can't wait to show you. As for my holiday means, like I said, Halloween will be out the 25th of this month. I have you a Thanksgiving mead and your Christmas/Yule mead, and then your New Year's mead, which just happens to be my batch 200. It's going to be the biggest celebration ever that I've done. So come back and watch that. Yeah, and then we're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap up 2025, and we're going to hit 2026. Hard. I'm actually going to start it with my Capricorn meat, and it's going to be good. You're going to have fun. You're going to have a lot of fun. That one's going to be a good one, too. That one will be out January 3rd. A good sizer. I love and appreciate a good sizer. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. And it's a perfect time of year to get the ingredients for it. There's apples everywhere. There's apple juice everywhere. Apple cider everywhere. There's apples everywhere. It's perfect time. Yeah, fresh pressed apple cider. You can't mess that up. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be amazing. I got off on a tangent. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I love talking about my schedule. Which yeast you should use. So that depends on what kind of mead you like. If you like, I like drier stuff. That's why I primarily stick with EC1118. If you don't, if you like semi-sweet to sweet, D47 is like my alternative I use when I'm trying to make something fruity. I will tell you that cider is incredibly sweet anyway, though. If you're using apple cider, I think you should use a drier yeast to level it out. But I have a dry palate. I like drier stuff. But those are my two go-tos of all time. I primarily, almost exclusively on the videos that you see me do on Saturdays, is EC1118. In fact, I haven't used D47 in a long time, but D47 is one of the ones you should just keep in your refrigerator, just in case. Just in case. It does bring out a better flavor, a little bit less alcohol than EC1118, but very dry. That's not true. My sense of humor is way wetter. Emergency yeast doesn't hurt. Always keep yeast in the refrigerator. I do. It's moist. My sense of humor is moist. Thank you, Tulip. Good call. Tulip corrected me. Moist. My sense of humor is moist. That's what she said. It's a bad word. I like Ian with no pants on and his ADD. I'm just gonna say. when he's moist. He put a question mark on there. I'm not answering that, but yes. Are you supposed to keep it in the refrigerator? I do. I do. I don't think you have to. They obviously ship it to you. It's not refrigerated. But I do. Especially with how fast you use yours. I don't think you have anything to worry about. You're obviously making alcohol. But I buy like the 10 packs and throw it in the fridge. Whew. It is getting a little long. Hello, Saber. I was trying to get to Halloween. I was hoping it'd be a little bit longer enough to braid during Halloween. I don't think I'm going to make it, though. So, get ready for after Halloween. You're going to see it cut. But I'm trying to get there again. I don't get sick. The final alcohol content, Savage. So that's something that all the rest of the people in the chat hate me for. I don't use my hydrometer. Hardly ever. I spot check things every once in a while, but I'm going to be honest, it's been a long time since I have. So I don't know. When I started this, I committed very early that my mission was to express the simplicity of mead making. So everything that I do is in the most simplest form I can. Therefore, I made a call very early on in my social media not to use a hydrometer, not to use any chemicals, not to use any additives outside of the ingredients, not to cold crash, not to do anything to accelerate the process. All I use is time. I want to show people how simple it is to join this ancient hobby, an amazing community. Therefore, I don't take my alcohol content readings, gravity readings at all. I've never done it on camera. I do spot check everything, not everything, every once in a while, but it has been a long time since spot checked. I use the same yeast every time, and I use the same base ingredients for the batches as well. So I know where I land ish. Every batch is different though, and there's a lot of variables, including like temperature of the room, that could change it. So the shorter answer is I don't know. There is a reason why I don't know, because I don't care. I like to have fun. I like to experiment. When this guy bubbles, I know that there's alcohol in there. When it's done bubbling, I know that the maximum amount of alcohol I'm going to have in there is in there already. And then I move it. That's it. And then I taste it and I go, woo, it's got some alcohol in it. Or, oh, it's pretty sweet. That's right. That's what I do. Did it ferment? Yes. Let's drink it. And that is incredibly rare in this mead community, and it's a disappointing to, I think, most. But I do have a purpose behind it. I don't like that part of the process either. I think it's tedious. It almost, for me at least, I'm only speaking from my own perspective, it kind of creates like an expectation. I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun. I know myself, if I were to produce something and be really proud of it, and it was like 7% alcohol, I would cry. I'd cry, and then I wouldn't be able to make a video out of it. I'd waste a whole batch. I can tell you, we just did Mead Meat year number 2 a few weeks ago, and Dennis has been doing some reviews of some of my meads, and he can confirm that there's alcohol in them. And so can Ian, so can Jen. There is definitely alcohol in there. How much? Drink the bottle. I should tell you, if you ever drink a bottle of mead, as tiny as you can write it at the very bottom of the bottle, I wrote the alcohol percent on there. So I will tell you, you're in good company. There's a lot of great people here that can answer any of your hydrometer questions, and I could probably answer them in rudimentary form. If you're looking for specific stuff, I'm just kidding. I didn't really do that. I'm just trying to get Dennis to like chug a bottle and then like hold it up to his eye on camera and go, "I don't see it." That's why I was hoping would happen. But I lost where I was going. Join the Discord. Thank you, Dennis. There's a Discord that our Mead mentor, a good buddy of ours, Scott, who I don't think is here. Somebody said hello to him like he was here, but I don't think he ever was here. He made a Discord and maintains it still to this day. There's a link up in my link tree. It's a plethora of mead information. There's lots of great channels on there, including general chat, behind-the-scene pictures, images, recipes. There's a yeast chart, which I think is incredibly helpful, especially if you're starting out or you're looking to switch your yeast strand. There's a commercial channel, which is my favorite. Anytime that we hear about an amazing meadery, and Dennis has a lot to add to this list, that ships in the United States, Scott will add it to that list, so you can go to that meadery's website just via a click and get mead shipped straight to your house, and support some awesome meaderies across the country. So join the Discord. It's awesome. Yeah, there's Jen's misinformation. It's about time to wrap it up anyway. Dennis, drive safe. Did everybody see Dennis read those comments out loud last night? I cracked up. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. I was crying. Jen is laughing. How much is a whole batch? I don't sell. I'm not licensed to sell. I don't commercially sell at all. But I can tell you, if you subscribe to my TikTok, it costs you a couple bucks a month. I'm not going to lie. I want to be transparent. But it helps take a chunk out of what I do, and it's a big support to me. These batches that we start on Wednesdays are always chosen by TikTok subscriber. So I will repost this video and tag it to its owner tomorrow night. In a few weeks, I'll tag that person across the whole process. And in a few months, when it's all said and done, I will ship that person a bottle that's theirs. So yeah, somebody, and they slipped it through. Like this person on Dennis's live last night has been waiting for that moment. I could tell, waiting for that moment forever, because it was perfect. That person I'd never seen before went on to a live where somebody was actively talking about mead and drinking mead. Right? It's a pretty unique niche. We can all agree. We're a unique bunch. We're a unique bunch. Went on to Dennis's live. In case you guys weren't there, I'm going to tell you. They asked him if he had ever tried Dixon cider. And Dennis's brain went to cider, like apple cider. I've never heard of this, like, Dixon cider before. I'm going to write it down in camera. There was at least a couple of us that jumped in and were like, Dennis, don't read comments out loud. Because he was all about that Dixon cider. And I was crying laughing. Crying laughing. I wish I would have thought it myself. That's how, like, funny it was. So thank you, Dennis, for making us all laugh last night. It was great. But in all seriousness, Dennis is not only a master mead maker. I learned a lot from him. He is a master mead reviewer. If you're looking for meads, he's already like reviewed a ton. So give Dennis a follow. He's also a great sport and a good friend. But it made me cry laughing. I saw the comment and I was like, maybe like, things get skewed a little bit in your memory. But in my mind, I was already typing, do not read that out loud. And it was too late. It's too late. And I learned the same lesson. I don't remember what I said, but I said something stupid, inappropriate too, early when I started lives. You have to read the comments in your head before you read them out loud. And you have to be witty, you have to be fast, or you get caught like that. So Dennis is going to be in line at wherever they sell Dixon cider. And I support him. He's my buddy. So it was great. It was just so great. And he's so innocent. And that's what kind of really made it funny, because we're like, oh, that poor guy. We all felt bad too, but it was really fun. Oh, that's a good point too. We should have had him. We should have played along. Be like, yeah, Dennis, Google it right now while you're on live with us. Anyway, enough of Dennis' expense, especially when he's not here. I'm going to start wrapping stuff up. Thank you so much for letting me be here tonight. I'm sorry that I slaughtered the name tonight, but I will tag you properly in the repost tomorrow evening. So if you missed us actually building this mead tonight, I am going to repost that portion of the live tomorrow night. Lots a brand new batch every single Saturday. I think most of you guys know that, but spread the word. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This coming Saturday might be the peak. It might be the peak of worst meads that I can make. I don't think I'll be able to make a worse mead than this one. I really don't. I really don't. And I've thought that before. And I know that I will come up with something somewhere, maybe years from now, that was like, that's horrible. This one might be the worst one of all time. So I hope you guys come back Saturday. Set an alarm. It'll be out very early Saturday morning. And then, yeah. I think we're going to be bottling some mead next Wednesday. So make sure, set your alarms. I don't think any of the popular ones are ready yet. But we'll figure it out this weekend. But pay attention. Subscribe if you want your own batch. Every week that I start a batch, the weekend before, I will put out a subscriber-only post that only subscribers can see. That's where they fight it out and decide what flavors they want, all the suggestions. I take my favorite one, and I'm going to be honest. TikTok reset. As you know, it's been through some changes. It reset all the subscriptions. So we just kind of re-kicked that off last week. So I'm picking the people that haven't had them yet. if you're starting, if you're brand new, have some good ideas. Good ideas will overweigh that, though. If you have a great idea, I'm going with it. I think Jen has like 2 or 3 batches going right now. I think Corey does too. So, Tulip, I think you do too. At least one, right? I don't know. I got a lot. No, you have to play. That's part of the game. You never know. I'm also incredibly, I don't know, psychotic, unpredictable. So you never know what I'm gonna do. Yep. Come back this Saturday. I'm still trying to shove in a live. I was hoping to do it this past Sunday, but I did not. Moist. That's what I am. Moist. Yeah, I was hoping to do the traditional batch bottling live this past Sunday, but I didn't get to it. I just didn't. I got too much stuff to do, so I don't know where I'm going to fit that in, but I am going to fit it in soon. So that'll probably just be more spontaneous. So set your notifications. If you get a notification I'm live, that's probably why I'm doing it. For those who don't know, I've done a traditional batch live. My goal is to show you unedited from beginning to end how to make a batch. My Saturday videos show you, but I edit out like the time-consuming stuff. This batch is on live, so I started on a live, I racked it on a live. The last step, I'm going to bottle it on a live, and then I'm going to stitch those 3 videos together. It will be long, but I'm going to pin it to my TikTok side. It's going to be about 25 minutes, but that's how much hands-on time it actually takes to make a batch of mead, and that's it. You can make your own alcohol at home in less than 30 minutes. So, of work. It's over like a several month period, but less than 30 minutes worth of work. So, yeah, I think that's it. So come back. We got one little sip left. So, Skull, thank you guys so much for letting me be here. I'll see you next time. See you next Wednesday. Skull. I love you. Good night.